Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm Paweł Putakowski, Chief Communication Officer at MIGAM, and I'm excited to introduce our groundbreaking AI-powered sign language translation technology that is transforming accessibility for more than 70 million deaf people globally. We are breaking down communication barriers and creating a more inclusive world. We'd love to know where are you joining us from. Drop your country, company, or organization in the comments. And don't forget to share your questions or any sentences you'd like our avatar to sign by her live during the webinar. First of all, I'd like to welcome our amazing team members who are with me today. Travis Dougherty, our product owner for American Sign Language, who brings great insight directly from American deaf community. Sławek Łuczywek, MIGAM's first employee and our sign language product owner. Max Salamonowicz, our head of AI, who will demonstrate live our cutting-edge technology. And Magdalena Cicharska, our CFO, who will share implementation opportunities and next steps. Together, we're not just developing technology for the deaf community, we are doing it with the deaf community, ensuring authentic communication solutions that serves their needs. Thanks you all for joining us today as we showcase how MIGAM is revolutionizing accessibility through AI. Let's begin, and remember, engage with us in the comments section. Sławek, please join me and share your story with all of us.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sławek Łuczywek, and I'm working at MIGAM AI as a product owner. I'm responsible for EMA and Asia. I'm also deaf, and I'm thoroughly tired of explaining that no, not all deaf people can read lips. And what's worse is when someone has a beard and talks with their mouth full. Or thinks that pen and paper are sufficient means of communication. Or when I receive a message saying, please call us. These situations are incredibly irritating. For 13 years since I joined MIGAM, when it was still what you might call MIGAM Poland, I've been trying to educate the Hearing Society about the deaf community, the barriers they face, and the possibilities that they have. Quite some time has passed. Sometimes it wasn't easy. I've seen many solutions aimed at people with disabilities, including the deaf. That weren't at all suited to their specific needs, like sound signals and telephones. And I've even seen inquiries about Braille for the deaf. Very often, these topics were taken up by people who had no idea about the subject. For 13 years, MIGAM has been working to eliminate communication barriers between both sides. And importantly, from the very beginning, the company has included deaf people and codas, who were and still are deeply involved in this issue. There have been various business failures and successes, even several times, but we always did recover. And for several years now, MIGAM has been a stable company. providing free business services, online sign language interpreting, translation of video and text materials, and interpreting for various events, webinars, or conferences. While providing these services, we noticed that in Poland, but not only in Poland, there are few interpreters. While the demand for sign language interpreters was and is enormous. This has led to the creation of a new project called MIGAM AI, which the next speaker will tell you more about. Travis, welcome and thank you all.
Real fast. Wonderful. All right. Thank you and good morning. I am Travis Dougherty, and I'm the owner of ASL with Magnum AI. This morning, I took my daughter to school. I noticed a boy on a scooter driving past, and he collided with another child. And I ran over them, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to even understand what he was saying. Would he understand me? And I tried to lean over. There was another parent that leaned over, another mother that helped while I stood by. That idea of helping and wanting to help, but that pause, I had this instantaneous feeling. And that's the reality of a lot of deaf people out there. You're wanting to act, but you're being blocked by uncertain communication. And those pauses happen everywhere. In hospital bedsides, in school hallways, in service counters, in video calls. They happen because interpreters aren't always there. In captions, they miss key phrases. And speech to text, those tools fail when we need them the most. That cost, it's invisible to so many hearing people, but it shows up for us as these lost opportunities, this wrong information, these moments of quiet isolation. Magnum AI, they exist to erase that pause. Our signing avatar engine learns from authentic, deaf signing and delivers fluent, immediate sign language for any video, any website, any document. You'll see content come alive in this natural sign without any delays. And it's powered by data from more than 20 different sign languages. And all of it is validated frame by frame by deaf linguists who know exactly how each sign should look. Because deaf professionals built this for deaf users, linguistic nuance is baked in. A slight palm turn, every detail carries meaning, and everything is captured and delivered faithfully, earning the trust from regulators, educators, parents, and most importantly, the deaf people out there. I want you to picture a world where any parent, hearing, deaf, they could go and they could comfort that injured boy without any hesitation, because language appears instantaneously. It's clear, it's natural. That is the world that Magnum AI is building. No pauses, no barriers. Just people helping other people. And thank you for being a part of this moment here today. It's a beautiful world we live in today. I'm going to turn it over to Magna. our wonderful CFO. Thank you.
Always enjoy your perspective. As you can see, at MIGAM, we don't just develop solutions for the deaf community, we develop them with the deaf community. Sławek and Travis are integral team members who ensure our technology authentically serves deaf users. So what do we actually do? The problem we solve is massive. For 70 million deaf people worldwide, text is a second language. And human sign language translation at the same time is expensive and is limited in availability. Meanwhile, regulations like ADA in the US and European Accessibility Act in Europe are creating a 10 billion market opportunity, out of which 30% we estimate will shift to automated solutions by 2028. Our solution to this problem is AI technology that will deliver bidirectional sign language translation with high accuracy and real-time performance. In comparison to human translations, our solution provides lower cost, unlimited availability 24 hours a day, and scalability. What is our competitive edge? We are the only company targeting 30 sign languages globally. If you are a global company operating in many markets, we, and only we, are your one-stop solution. We are able to develop any sign language automation. We test it and we develop it together with the local deaf community and with the partners providing access to data sets. And this is technology, not a product yet. Then this technology can be embedded or integrated with any software or hardware you imagine. Any streaming platform, any online communication platform, corporate intranet, social media platforms, websites, broadcasts, media, apps, or AR glasses, just name it. Isn't it beautiful? Imagine a world like this, everything available for deaf community. To help you with that, please experience our technology live. Max, could you please take it from here? Max Salamonowicz, our head of AI.
Thank you, Magda. Hey guys, I'm not prepared as Magda, so bear with me because that's a totally new technology. We are going to show it live because we want to make our point that this technology exists and it's possible right now. First of all, I would like to explain one major fact. So the technology underneath is super complicated. We aren't going to take a deep dive. I'm a technical officer over here working on the technology. We are going to show you the technology in action. But to understand it fully, you need to understand one major fact. Right now, we are on the exactly same spot as ChatGPT was when it was launched. So there's a long way ahead of us to make it a higher, better version and more glosses and better understanding and context. The product is right now ready, but we are going to make it better. So the current version that I'm going to show you today is prepped with around 650 glosses, which are coming in more or less 3,000 to 4,000 different variations, depending on how the course of conversation will be going and context. Let's try a couple of different sentences right now. My mother works at the university. And this is live demo, so when I'm pressing enter, we are sending everything to server. Server is crunching numbers and making translation, providing to us an output in form of a pixel streaming. So thanks to that, all of the heavy lifting is being done on the server side. Let me repeat the last sentence once more, and let's move to the other sentence. So the beauty of the system is that it may work literally on everything. Like my fridge back at home, because it has Android, I may run it because it has any kind of a screen. So thanks to that, even low-end Android and iOS devices are capable of making use of this technology, which was extremely important for us because we want to make it widely useful. next sentence, for example, the teacher stands in the classroom. Yeah, stands in the classroom. So right now it's being sent from my computer to the server side. GPUs provided by NVIDIA are crunching the numbers and providing us translation. When it comes down to translation, what's super important? We are trying to hold the original context and trying to search for proper words and meanings that we are going to use as glosses in the translation process. So as right now we are looking only at 650 glosses, the next version, which is coming out mid-May, the production version as we are calling it, it will have more or less around 2100 glosses. Thanks to that, it's going to be deep enough to use context-related translation. But we aren't stopping over there, because there's also a domain-specific knowledge, which will be important for healthcare, which will be important for banking, finances, and entertainment, for example, in certain situations. So if you are a big fan of Tolkien and you would like to see Tolkien's, let's say, one of the movies created in ASL, we'll be able to keep the original context intact, at the same time use proper vocabulary, because we'll be able to train on the fly the model to perform properly. Let me do a couple of sentences once more. And by the way, you may write your own sentences in the chat, so during the Q&A, we'll be able to make those translations online right now. We think all people need access to good communication. So the first system was making all of the translations extremely slow. So we were waiting up to 1 minute to translate a single sentence. Right now we are pushing the system towards becoming extremely fast and robust. So thanks to that, we are already looking at sub 1 second for the start of the transmission. And the second part, which is extremely important, is also that we are capable of translating longer sentences, paragraphs, and also keep the context intact in between paragraphs. So thanks to that, whenever the conversation will be running longer, we are going to have sweet spots on the timeline, and we'll be looking back, so the vocabulary that has been used and the main subject of the conversation won't be lost in the translation. Let's do yet another translation. Maybe when deaf and hearing people meet, communication becomes important. Okay, did it went? Okay, so the translation of sign language is extremely important to understand that it isn't just moving in 3D space of human body. Those are also hand shapes, which are very important. Those are also facial expressions that are becoming a part of a sentence, of a meaning of a sentence. So self-mouthing, also adding additional meaning for the sentences and certain glosses thanks to facial expression is extremely crucial. Now, how did we make it happen? This is really tricky, because we could do the simple thing, which is let's take motion capture devices or 3D cameras and capture all of the data. But there's a huge problem, the cost of it and the timing of this kind of a solution. So if you want to create 30 sign languages and you want to make those affordable, and we are looking at extremely low entry-level price point for the translation, you need to optimize not only server side, but also data sets that we are pushing into the system. And we're using 2D RGB videos, so normal videos, and that's the big difference. Let's translate something more. Okay, so let's say your feedback improves our work every day. And right now we are looking at the starting point when you'll think about what will happen next in 3, 6, 12 months from now on. I mentioned already ChatGPT, and this is perfect analogy, because we are just starting, just rolling out ASL as a first language. The next step is going to make it deep enough so it will understand more during training process, and we'll be able to deliver this output, which will be higher quality. With each following language, it's going to be exactly the same. So we'll need partners worldwide that are going to help us out, to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. That's amazing. Don't you feel like a magician sometimes, creating such a great thing from scratch?
This is team play, so pretty much that's the most important fact that we've done it all together, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you. That's really great. I mean, I hope you're all as excited as we are seeing this sophisticated AI working. It really shines, and thanks to Travis and other ASL native users, we know it shines well. So now it's just the beginning. As Max already mentioned, our ASL solution is speeding up now. So in the coming months, it will gain a much broader vocabulary, covering even unusual topics. That will be followed by the ASL to text or voice translation capability. So we will have bidirectional communication possible. And then it is also time to take on the new sign languages, because as we already said, we are going to have 30 of them by the end of 2028. And that's where you can join us. So firstly, you'll get access to our demo to test it yourself. And what you are going to test is this technology that was shown on the screen a minute ago. And I can't stress enough, this is not a product yet, it's just technology. But this technology can be seamlessly integrated into any software or hardware you require. And it can either upgrade your existing product or service, an app, a website, a streaming service, videos, online courses, or it can be turned into a new product delivering the service of sign language translation, and you may sell this service based on our technology. So here are 3 collaboration models we offer now. For those of you with sign language data sets, you can help us train our model and develop a new sign language. So we will validate the solution with the dev community. We will integrate it with any software or hardware you require, and whether you use it for your internal needs or you use it as a service offered to your customers, it's your choice. So this is one option. But if you don't have any data sets, there is still potential collaboration, and this is scenario number 2. Our primary focus obviously is on developing new sign languages, but we are equally enthusiastic about innovative ASL implementations. So, as said earlier, we can provide our ASL technology for integration with your platforms and create accessibility solutions that serve either your organization internally, or it can upgrade your existing product, or it can create a completely new product, or rather a service that you might want to sell. So dare to dream. There are plenty possibilities with our technology. Now, you're probably curious about the cost of that solution. Now, the investment typically starts from 1 million, followed by translation service at $1 per minute, with possible some volume-based discounts for some larger implementations. So I also want to be completely transparent with you. AI talents of this caliber that we have is exceptionally rare. Our AI team developing MIGAM's technology are among the most skilled in the world in this very specific domain. But they are still humans and they need to sleep, they have families, so they are the most scarce resource in our undertaking. And due to this fact, we can commit to only 3 new projects this year. So this is really a rare opportunity to be at the forefront of accessibility innovation. And I'm really curious who will be the next one and among the first 3 organizations to join us in this journey. Now, I promised 3 options, so the third one is coming. I know we have universities among our audience, and please don't get discouraged by the million I mentioned. We developed a special collaboration framework for you because we tremendously appreciate your research, especially in the linguistic domain. We appreciate your expertise and the close relationship with your local deaf communities. So let's discuss how we can jointly further this technology and implement it at your universities, or maybe even wider. To discuss with us any of these three models, please contact us at our email, that is avatar@migam.org. Also, within the next 2 weeks, as we promised, we will send to all registered attendees of this webinar an exclusive, unique link to our demo version. And now let's move on to the Q&A part. Paweł, can you please read the questions?
Yes, of course. Give me a minute because I need to start the slideshow with
Great.
showing the presentation. Yes, some of them.
join you?
So
Yes,
you
please
need
join
to
me. I will
join.
need your help,
Absolutely, you
definitely.
need to join. And
More than happy.
wait a second. Okay. Great. So the first question from Eduardo. Migam, I'm also assuming you have different avatars to choose from, and you would even be able to generate 1-2 specifications.
Can I?
That's for you. That's
It's
for you.
it's for you,
Definitely.
yes.
Super. So I'm more than happy to explain the technology is super flexible. We've created it as a totally modular solution. So thanks to that, right now you've seen just one skin of the avatar. The avatar may be even a SpongeBob whenever you will be doing translation for children, let's say, because it's just a skin. So it needs to have proper number of fingers, 2 hands, and pretty much some kind of a head with facial expression, and we are ready to go. Currently, we are using Unreal technology, and we are using MetaHuman, so-called MetaHuman inside of the system, but we may adapt to different systems and present it in different form. So pretty much the sky is the limit when it comes down to presentation of 3D avatar.
Yep, that's true. Great. We can have any avatar you wish and you need for your solution.
And the next question from Timothy. Is this cloud or locally based? Sorry.
Yeah, again for you.
Okay, so currently it's cloud-based, and as I tried to explain, we are delivering the video stream. So this is like YouTube, but on demand with translation flying directly to user. But okay, so this should be kind of held somewhere else. We are going to make something that it's going also to be an embedded solution. So thanks to that, we'll be able to push the processing towards end device. But this is super complicated task. It will take a lot of time to make it happen. But we are going to shrink the model that it will be able to fit inside of a smartphone with a fairly powerful CPU inside and GPU. But yet, yes, it's coming, but it's rather a longer process because it's super complicated and time-consuming.
Next question, please.
Give me a moment because
Maybe
I
something
need
business
to
related.
Yeah,
I
maybe
need to
something for me. Shoot.
choose one. All right. So the next question. It could be the question to you, Magda.
Mhm.
Do you have someone on your team to proofread ASL grammar and syntax?
Well, obviously, as we mentioned, we work with native users of American Sign Language. And they are the ones to prove that whatever we create actually works and is understandable and is functional for the deaf community. So all the elements are checked.
Great. So now the next question.
We are answering too fast.
Is it again Eduardo? Yes, we've got one
Wow.
more from Eduardo. Thank you very much for your participation. Eduardo, question from Eduardo. Can you train the specific avatar on acronyms or technical terminology specific to an industry? I believe, Max, again.
Yeah, techie stuff. So the model is a binary file which is enclosed with a certain knowledge. But thanks to different technologies used to attach a backpack of additional knowledge, we may push it to use certain acronyms, certain names, or certain domain-specific knowledge that will be working purely for a certain scenario. So if avatar will be used, let's say, in healthcare, in hospital, we would like it to use certain vocabulary and also have better context understanding when it comes down to conversation between doctor and patient. So in this particular case, yes, we are going to create a backpack with special package of knowledge and attach it to the main model so that this model will become expert in being a translation solution in case of a specific company or location.
Wonderful. I hope it was clear enough to all of you, not only the tech guys and tech girls, of course. So the next question is from Camila. What's your main goal? Attracting a sponsor or partner the size of Google, so it could be new add-on for Google Translator, for example?
We are looking, just as we said, for partners or customers who are interested in either implementing American Sign Language or develop with us any other sign language when they have data sets for it. And obviously, we are a perfect solution for global companies once we have all these 30 languages or maybe more. But at this stage, this is American Sign Language only. And we are open to those who would like to use it internally, use it for their customers, or to become a reseller. So create a product, create a service with our technology and sell it outside to the world.
Wonderful. So the next one is quite invitation. Why not? Look out for the Bilingualism Matters Symposium in April 2026 in Milan, which will focus on sign languages. We would love to see you report on your progress and successes.
Great. Thank you for the invitation.
Can I comment?
Go ahead.
We had already some publication when it comes down to dev community that was working. We were working with them. Like MIGAM is half of the people inside our dev, so this is an amazing mix of people that we've got on board. We've published one paper which was focusing on explaining how the situation right now is looking for dev community. And definitely we are going to update this document in a while to show how the situation is changing. And this is on us. And this is also on you to make people understand that dev community is being invisible. Whenever you are walking on the street, you've got problem with understanding that this person will have problems with communication. The technology is out there, processing power is out there, and we are responsible for making it happen. So just remove those freaking barriers, yeah?
So you have invited us to Milan, and now Giulio is asking a question, but not about Italian sign language, but about Arabic one. How long it could take to develop the sign translation for Arabic language?
Techie again.
You
How long would it take?
You are more realistic.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true, because I always double what Max tells me. So we believe it is a matter of a month, and depending on the quality of the data set, actually, that can happen for any language. We need data sets. We need to be able to assess how good the data set and how complete the data set is. Then we have to have connection with the local dev community to work together and to test the solution after the model is trained. And that's it.
I would say 3 months, but she's rather right, around 6 probably, yeah?
Yep.
And the next question from Giovanni. Our platform does live streaming video with captioning. How could we get MIGAM ASL working for live streaming applications?
Just please contact us on avatar@migam.org, the email that you can see on the screen right now. For any kind of collaboration, please just get there, drop a note, and we'll contact you, and we will talk about further implementations or developments of the languages.
And let's make it happen. Like from the techie point of view, it's possible. It's becoming possible literally right now.
Yeah.
I believe that because our time is ticking and we've got a lot to do, especially to show the world that what you have done is working, and we have shown it directly from this computer for the screen, and all of you could see this wonderful moment when MIGAM AI showed that this avatar is working. This AI technology is really working. Max, I'm really proud of you.
Thank
We
you.
all are.
We all are
I'm
Yeah.
blushing.
because
And happy.
because it's his head full of knowledge of artificial intelligence
being
and
stubborn,
everything.
mainly.
Yes. he
as
didn't know that it's impossible to have working sign language avatar, so he made one.
Yeah.
Listen, it was a pleasure to be together with you now. As Magda said, we would like to invite you to stay in touch with us. If you're interested in cooperation and looking at wonderful opportunities to do something together, please use this email you could see now. So avatar@migam.org. Contact us. Also, for all of you who use the link with the registration for this meeting, we will send something for you, as Magda said, and
It isn't going to be a surprise. You're going to get access and you're going to play with it. So we just want to share it with Walt and would like to hear your opinion. You should be able to see it with your own eyes
touch
and,
it
and play with it.
and play with it. So you mentioned Lord of the Rings. I'm also a fantasy fan, and I believe that what we are doing, it's not a science fiction. It's a real life for all people all around the world, and we are changing for them their lives forever, globally. And thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to be together for you, and stay in touch with MIGAM, and you will see what will happen and which sign languages will be next after American Sign Language.
Thank you very much. We'll keep you posted.